Hello, Ultimate Shooter here, and I'm gonna do a tier list for the Dragon Ball Breakers. So, I've been playing a lot of Dragon Ball Breakers, like about 63 hours of Dragon Ball Breakers. I'm level 77 on my Survivor, and level, I think 47 on my Raider as Cell. Um, I could make a video on why I'm playing Cell over Boo and Frieza. But right now, I'm just gonna do a video about the items in the game. So I have this lovely tier list right here, and it's just gonna place it S A B D, and we'll start off with the uh, the barrier. Now the thing is, if you don't have the passive to regenerate this over time, then this is like a must needed item to always have on you. What it does is basically recharges your barrier. Like when you get hit once, your barrier will go down, but if you get hit again, you'll die. But if you don't have a barrier, it's like you're just asking to die because you're glowing with a red circle around you. So whenever you see this item, if you are rocking the passive, then if you're rocking the passive to just be recharge over time, I would give it about a B if you're rocking the passive. But if you are not rocking the passive, this is like a I would say I wouldn't say S because it's not game changing. It's not game changing enough to make you win the match. It's just enough to sustain you. I would put it in A tier. That it's a must have if you don't have the passive to recharge over um, over time. So sooner or later, because you always want to have like one of these on your back, and then you have your main item on you at the time. But if you're at fully shields, then you can just remember where you put this last, go to it when your shields go down, and then collect it and go put it up. But this is like a must-have item. Just remember wherever you put it. But it doesn't change the game, or like how it won't affect you winning unless you're somehow always getting hit and you're blocking with a barrier. But that's why I'm going to put it A tier, because it can save a life, but it won't win you the match most of the time. You can still do stuff even without your barrier. Anyway, uh, oh yeah, this is my opinion in my but Senzu Bean, this is a give and take. It's F tier if you don't know how to use it. It's F tier if you don't know how to use it. It's a funny thing. It's like, so if you get hit and you go down, and then you eat the senzu bean, you're gonna get hit again, and then you're gonna just be eliminated from the match if you don't know how to use the senzu bean properly. So if you're getting a safe revive, throw the senzu beam off you, and then revive them normally, then pick up the senzu beam. The senzu beam in reality is an S tier. It changes the game. It really does come in clutch. Like I always throw these senzu beans off me whenever I'm doing a revive, whenever the raider's not around, and literally I'd be saving I'll be saving the senzu bean for later, for whenever we're fighting for the time machine and a few of our teammates go down, and saving somebody in an instant on the platform is way easier, and he can benefit us later. It's great. It's great. It's if you know how to use the sense of beam correctly and not screw yourself over just by eating it when you get hit, then by all means. But if you're like on your final hook or your final death, like you already went down, then you might as well eat the sensu beam too, to get back up, because you're gonna die regardless. So just make sure you don't eat it when you go down the first time. Just take the hit and then move on. Let your teammates come to you. There's literally seven or six of them out there that they'll freaking save you. Um, but yeah, sense of beam definitely S tier. Charge power definitely S tier. I don't want to. It shouldn't be self-explanatory. Whenever you see charge power, always get it. Grab the large one, grab the small ones. Those are the items out there. Keep grabbing them. You need them to level up your character to fight back. So definitely always grab them. So in terms of items I would have on me, I would have maybe a recharge. If I have full shields, if I have full shields, if I find one of these, I'll grab one. But that's just one, and I find a Senzu bean, I'll grab the Senzu bean. Now we'll go over the other stuff. The civilian radar. I would say it's a D, to be honest. You don't really need it. If you play the game long enough, you know where every civilian will spawn is. You know where all the caves at for the civilians. Like, this is good for people that don't know the game. So I would say I give it an A for people that don't know locations for civilians or where to look, because the audio is really bad. Like, you'll be like, oh, what, where's the civilian? But if you know, like, oh, there's a cave over here, he's probably under there, based on its call out, then yeah. But the civilian radar, it doesn't really change the game and help the team in the long run, other than you getting these charge power. And when you're already max on charge power and you have a civilian radar, you're pretty much it's pretty much useless. Like, you can save the civilians to make sure the raider doesn't get it, but you can hear them. You'll know where they're at. You don't need a civilian radar. So that's why I just give it in the D tier. I wanted to give it an F because it's necessary for some people to find civilians. Not everybody knows where it's at, but if you play the game long enough and you know, like, every cave spot, you know, every house spawn, or wherever civilians are spawned, you know where they're gonna be. Like, just them crying out, oh, they're here. Like, you know, when you play long enough, you don't need the civilian. All right, drink cola, S tier. Drink cola is the best thing to have on you, because it literally, you get to recharge your thing a lot faster. In the end game, it really makes difference. Like, whenever the time machine is going, you just had your fight with a raider, or he beat the crap out of you, and now you're out of juice. Well, the drink cola will put you back up there, and you can wait maybe a few seconds because you're at like 90%, and everyone else is hammering, and pretty soon you're back up. It only does like 40% or 35 or 30%, but if you have two of these on you, you can drink one and then drink the other one, and then you're already back into the fight. Like, these things are game changing. Like, if I had to choose between a Senzu beam and a cola, I would choose a cola and a Senzu beam. I would have one of those. I would have both of those on me and have the other one on my back. If I have all my shields, if I have my shields fully charged. But yeah, I would have a Senzu beam and a cola on me at all times. If I had to choose between the two, I would choose both over the other things. All right. Vegeta's gloves, B. The reason why Vegeta's gloves, like, the raider holds these things, can pick up Dragon Balls, but it doesn't take much for him to drop the Dragon Balls. Just a little bit of damage is enough to make him drop the Dragon Balls, and literally anything that hurts him will make him drop the Dragon Balls. The only beneficial thing about Vegeta's gloves is that it does damage, unlike the rocket launcher that doesn't do damage. But Vegeta's gloves is nice to do a little bit of damage, but not enough to you can, like, use it to lick the killer, meaning like give a few damage and then run away. But it's like a one-time use, so I give it an okay. If you're only using it to get the Dragon Balls off the radar, I wouldn't use it unless I know the killer or the raider has Dragon Balls. But if I don't have anything else, then yeah, I'll just hold on to it for the meantime. But I hardly ever use these Vegeta gloves. Like, they're only good for damage. Power key. Power key radar, I would give it an A. It's a must needed item. Like the power keys are so hard to find sometimes. Like you'll be in an area for so long that there'd be like a hidden chest maybe under the water that in a cave that you don't even know about, and the power keys really do help get you those keys right away. If you pick up one of these power keys, you're the power key man. Like you need to go around and pick up the keys in every area, and you don't have to slot them, but you are so beneficial to the team if you just go around, pick up the key, and then keep moving on until you pick up all the keys. Then you start slotting, because it is really it's really game changing. Like you can get the time machine fat up and running real quick. All right, level 1 Dragon Ball radar. D. Level 1 Dragon Ball radar. The reason why I give the level 1 Dragon Ball radar a D is because the range is not big enough. By the time you detect something nearby that there's a ball nearby, you're already moving that distance and you're like too close enough to, like, literally the crate's got to be in front of your face for it to detect there's a Dragon Ball in there, but you're already going to check it anyway. So it's kind of useless. Like level 1 Dragon Ball radar, like, oh, okay, there's Dragon Balls over here. But if it had more range, yes, but it is so small. It is as small as just picking up a power key radar and a civilian radar. Like just having these three, your range is so small. So small. Really small. Like I would just use it just to find the power key. Like, yeah, it's nice you can find balls around you, but your range is so small. It's just like you're not on Dragon Ball duty. Like you are not on Dragon Ball duty. If you have a tier 1 Dragon Ball, you're still just gonna go around and just press E on every single crate because you don't cover that much range to find all the Dragon Balls. So leave that duty to someone else that has a level 2 Dragon Ball radar, which I will give it an A tier. If you have a level 2 Dragon Ball radar, then you're on Dragon Ball duty. You are going around fighting Dragon Balls. I am not joking you. You better go around and find some Dragon Balls because you got level 2. Now, if you have a level 2 mixed with a power key at the same time, you better be fighting Dragon Balls. You better be fighting power keys. Those are your two objectives right away. Like, you really need to start doing that when you get either or of these radars. But like if you just get the civilian or just a level 1 powered Dragon Ball radar, then it doesn't really change much. You can still try to look for the Dragon Ball if you're at level 1, but you're not going to be as efficient as a level 2. Like they cover up so much land. It's even ridiculous. So yeah, it's like level 2 Dragon Ball radar upgrades your radar to even more with the power key, and it's crazy. Level 3, I don't even have to say anything. Level 3 covers even more than level 2. At this point, you know where everything's at. You'll know there's a Dragon Ball on the radar just by him just being, I don't know, 100 clicks out or even 200 clicks out. You'll know if he has it. You know there's a power key somewhere underneath down below you without you at least being somewhere in C. Like you don't have to be in C. You already know there's a power key over there. Like level 3 Dragon Ball radar, you are definitely the Dragon Ball finder for the match. Like if you get this, you're designated Dragon Ball finder. But if you do not get this and you get the power key, then you're power key finder, and you just go around putting power keys. But if you get the Dragon Ball radar level 3 or level 2, you are responsible for getting the Dragon Balls, as everyone else will either distract the killer or distract the raider as they level up their power with charge, and they rescue civilians and plot the keys for you. That's their job, while your job is simply getting the power, the Dragon Balls and the power key. That's why I give it S tier. Like it is a must. All right, rocket launcher, B. Same thing as the Vegeta gloves. The rocket launcher, you don't have to hit the killer with it. You just got to be close enough and it'll blow up. You can hit a wall that he's hiding behind and it'll blow him up. The rocket launchers are more reliable of hitting the raider to make him drop the Dragon Balls. It's very reliant. The thing about the golden one is that it is 3 shots. Yep, that's right, 3 shots. It takes about 3 shots to until the rocket launcher is done. So, but if I had to choose between having the Vegeta gloves and the rocket launcher, I would say the rocket launcher would be more beneficiary, because if I see the raider beating some level 1 up, I can shoot one of these rockets and I'll keep going on my way to save him. But like as for Vegeta gloves, it'll just damage him, but it won't stun him as hard. But the rocket launcher can really stun him, like push him back away from the explosion and save a teammate. So yeah, I would just pick up the normal rocket launcher. I mean the super rocket launcher. If I don't have a Senzu beam or a cola, I would pick up the rocket launcher. But yeah. Now for the normal rocket launcher, it's just 1 shot. It's the same thing as the Vegeta gloves. It's just the same thing as the super rocket launcher, except you only have 1 shot. So yeah, just 1 shot, one explosion, and make them drop the rocket balls. If you miss, you miss. I would say Vegeta. I would do the Vegeta gloves because they do damage, and you get 1 shot. These both get 1 shot, but one does damage and one doesn't. So the Vegeta gloves, but you get more utility out of the super rocket launcher than the Vegeta gloves. So yes, let me reposition a few of these. Like this is a must. This is a must. This is low A tier. This is a definitely must. Yeah. If I had to go off things I want to get. All right, Scouter. You know what the Scouter that lets you shoot civilians that help you a lot better? F tier. The Scouter has no use. There is no need to have the Scouter. If you see a Scouter, don't even pick it up because you don't need it. Like you can, oh, you want to do a classic scene in the Dragon Ball universe? Yeah, look at the Raider with it, and then the next thing you know, it blows up because the Raider's power level is too high. And it's so useless. It's so useless. It's so useless. Like you can't even use it. You only use it to find civilians, and you'll know where the civilians are at when you hear them cry out. You don't need to know about the civilians that like 100 or 250 meters or 200 meters away from you. You need to worry about the civilians that are near you. The Scouter doesn't have no use in the game. Like it really does have no use. Like you can probably figure out the I don't know, if you really don't know where civilians are at or your teammates are at, you can look at it and you can just like, oh, he's behind this wall somehow. That's about it. There's no reason to have the Scouter. Don't pick it up. It's not worth the time. Pick something else up. Just leave it there. It's trash. Anyway, Super Cola drink is by far an F tier. It is the same thing as a normal cola drink, but it's super. So it's basically a 2-in-1 can. The Super Cola drink will put you at 99 or like at least 90% or 95. It really will put you literally right back into the fight. Like if you drink this, the moment you go into a fight after you change into your transfer, then you'll have it almost back up at 99 or 98 by the time you're done with your transfer at level 3 or level 2 or level 1. Like this is a must item. If you see one of these, pick it up. Keep it. Use it when you're about to get into use it when you're about to go into a fight. Use it before you're about to go into a fight. Well, not before you go on a fight. More like after you transfer, you go and use it. Like this is a clutch item. Like if you hold on to this until the time for the time machine, and you use all your transfer, you go away, and then you drink this, and you just wait maybe a few seconds and you're back at it again. And if you have another one of these and you have normal cola on you, you go at it, back at it, drink it, supply drops, pick up the supply drop, drink the cola in there, and then you're back at it again. Like, oh my god, these colas really do be clutching. Like, it is really good. It is a really good item. But yeah, this is my item tier list. So if I find a Dragon Ball 3 radar, I'm on Dragon Ball duty. If I find a supercharger, I'm grabbing it. I'm keeping it. I will not drop it. I will not drop the super energy for anything else. I will keep a cola on me at all times. Either it's super or not super. And if I have, and I'll keep a Senzu beam on me, at all times. So if I'll have either one of these two and Senzu beam on me all the time while I'm going around collecting these charge meter. And if I find a power key, I will grab it. But if I see a level 2, I'll grab it, or I'll ping it if I already have a level 3. Now, if I open a power cell, I'll remember where it was at. I'll try to remember where it's at, and I'll go to it whenever I get hit. But I will keep it where I found it. Unless I don't have any items on me at all, then I'll just grab the cell, put it on my back. And if I have a rocket launcher, I'll put out the rocket launcher. Like, I'll put anything else over here. Like, I'll have this in hand. And then have the power cell on my back. Like, I always have the power cell on my back, but I'll have the main items that I'm going to use in my hands. Like the gloves, the rocket launcher, or the Senzu beam, or the cola in my main hand as I have the power cell on my back. That's if I don't find any of these. But yeah. Rocket launchers and stuff like that, very useful. Dragon the Killer. Civilian radar, it's pretty much, it's really useless compared to a Dragon Ball Radar 1. I guess a Dragon Ball Radar 1 is better than a Civilian Radar. Like, if you had to choose between these two, I would say go for Dragon Ball Radar 1. But yeah, this is my opinion on all the items that are in Dragon Ball Breakers, and this is how I feel about them as I've been playing the game for 63 hours, and this is how I feel. But yeah, if you like this tier list, or you have a change in opinion on certain stuff being a certain place, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Let me know. Tell me what you think. Like, I really want to. I love debating. I love to hear your reason why you maybe think all of the rocket launchers in S tier, but it's like a normal average fight or item. But yeah, hope you enjoy this tier list. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.